Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Final Show Films. I'm Sen, your executive producer here. I want to thank you all for tuning in. I particularly want to thank our $25 tier supporters over on our Patreon page at patreon.com/fsfilms. Those being Javian Alexander, Samantha Bates, and Al, without whom we won't do at least much of the things we do around here. And I'm sure that sentence came out properly and correctly, and I don't need to do it again. Thank you for your support over the years, and those of you that are watching live, please sit back, relax, and enjoy. And we're live.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Coyote and Crow Tales from the Mizizibi. I am William, or Shawnee, and I am your story guide for this Coyote and Crow saga. I will one day remember that without having to think about it for a second.
No,
Much shorter
never,
this time.
Never.
So,
And joining me today, we have Jeremy.
Hi, I'm Jeremy. I'm playing Nutty, who is a Path of the Falcon Seeker.
Nutty, who is a shit.
I mean, that's not wrong. They are also kind of a shit.
And Sen.
I'm Sen. I'm playing Zen, the Path of the Wolf Warrior.
And Mara.
Hi, I'm Mara. I am playing Tawasikik, who is a Path of the Salmon Seeker.
I heard the break this time, but my brain still automatically connects the two words.
I find it hilarious that only happens with Mara's character.
Yeah.
Only there.
And no one else's.
Yeah, no one else. Mara in my brain is a salmon seeker.
And Holly.
I will go look at fish, given any opportunity, to be fair.
Hi, I'm Holly. I'm playing Tala, Path of the Falcon Whisper.
I mean, I'll eat sushi given any opportunity, so really it applies to me too, but
We will not be joined tonight by Julia, but hopefully they will be joining us next week. And as always, Black Lives Matter, trans rights are human rights, uplift and respect Native voices.
Fuck Vince McMahon.
remember your
This
spiel.
stream is powered by Sirenscape.
Remember your native.
What was that one you had?
Remember your native heritage spiel.
Yes, I always know that. I know that one as well. That one is coming after all of this. As always, remember that this game, Coyote and Crow, is written by native voices for everyone, but particularly also for native voices. Though many of us have native heritage on this stream, none of us were raised in a native culture, and we are not the authorities on how this game would be run, and I do not expect that this game will look anything like this game would look like if run by native voices. So with that,
So we are learning the system still.
yes, we are also learning the system as we go. This is only session 4.
But we have officially ventured beyond the box text. Is this true?
Yes, we have officially left behind the box text.
Yay!
You are officially beyond the bounds of the introductory module.
Yes.
Quick, go
Watch
find
this
another
stuff.
adventure module to slot us into.
Sky's the limit now.
And as I
Beyond box text
I've
sounds
got a
like
flyer. We can make this work.
Beyond the box text sounds like a 1979 Roger Corman film.
Or
rest in peace, Roger Corman.
Rest in peace, Roger Corman.
A 5th edition D&D campaign where all the player characters are self-aware D&D characters adventuring through the player's handbook physically. Which I am
Through the
not.
monster manual.
Gwenpool, the D&D game.
So I am well no what's it God fuck the name of that movie I am the gate master, are you the gatekeeper, or are you the keep I am the gate master,
Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters?
no That was not Ghostbusters.
That's
That's the
Ghostbusters.
Is that
first
Ghostbusters?
Ghostbusters movie.
That is
Are you the keymaster? I am the gatekeeper. Is Ghostbusters?
Is it? Okay, there's another
Yes!
there is another movie that references that then that I'm thinking of about a kid in the library, and I cannot remember the goddamn movie.
Page
Are you
Master?
thinking Never-Ending Story?
Maybe Page Master. Maybe Page Master is what I'm thinking of. Maybe Page Master is what I'm thinking of. I need to look this up. Anyways, that. Continuing
You're
on.
probably thinking of the Page Master.
It could be Never-Ending Story.
No, it's the Page Master, yeah.
Okay. I was losing my mind with your no, it's not Ghostbusters. Yes, it is.
I swear to God, in my brain, I remember that line being said at Macaulay Culkin in the Page Master.
I don't know what any of this is. It's okay.
I think I mean that's that.
I know what's happening.
I definitely see where you would get that with Page Master, but yeah,
But
that's the point where Rick Moranis and a person whose name I cannot remember right now, and I feel real dumb about it. Aliens. Sigourney Weaver
Okay.
have sex. We needed to wait for me to finish
Sorry.
that.
I
That
now-
was important.
I
I
now
thought you
know.
were still talking about the Page.
I
No.
now know why I can't remember that scene.
I mean, I'll tell you why I can't remember that scene, because I don't think I've ever actually seen Ghostbusters.
I have. I've definitely seen the original Ghostbusters, and yeah, no, I completely just whitewash cleansed the thought of Rick Moranis having sex with Sigourney Weaver from my brain.
Yeah, we might need to postpone tonight. I'm gonna go duct tape Shawnee to a chair and we're watching the movie.
Of all the movies to do that with,
I mean-
Ghostbusters really isn't the one, honestly.
No, that would be a little too close to home for one particular scene.
Yeah, I mean,
Anyway, now that I've thoroughly killed any dramatic momentum this session can have
Yeah.
before it's even started.
What happens when you get out of the box?
I'll,
Text to go.
I'll take the L for that one. That was my fault, probably.
No, we all contributed to that. We can share the L.
I mean, they're in some of our games. We largely do.
So
Ah,
the camera focuses in
Does it?
on a table.
God damn.
It's out of focus.
Shut the fuck up.
Don't make me drive over there.
Okay, that time it was Sen's fault.
Yeah.
100%. Nobody else's fault but Sen.
I just picturing a camera moving in, like in a comedy movie, a camera moving in and getting too close and being out of
Bonk.
focus. Yeah, well, no, getting too close and being out of focus, and then like a pause, and then you watch the camera being manually focused.
Oh, it's funny. The hotter the month of the year gets, the more we get like this. I've noticed. This happens during the summer months a lot more than it happens during like winter or fall.
It's because it's too hot to be serious, and
Yes.
and nobody wants to put our accurate meds in our medicine during the summer, so we're just taking placebos, all of us.
I don't
Close
take
enough to a
medication.
placebo.
See, now you just got me thinking of the scene from Spaceballs. There's only one man who would dare give me the
Give me the raspberry.
Lone,
Lone
Star.
Star.
The client with his face.
I was thinking of a different camera joke from Robin Hood Men in Tights, where Maid Marian is singing and the camera breaks through the window.
Said I just have to ask. I'm not complaining at all, but I just have to ask. How long did OBS say we've been streaming for at this point?
Hang on, 18 minutes.
18
Yep, that's right.
minutes.
20 minutes. Yep.
Amazing.
So, to eventually start this game. The camera focuses in within one of the many Nokorobi, the nightclubs of the city of Cahokia.
Isn't Nokorobi just the nightclub?
Nokorobi is actually just the word for nightclub.
No.
At least as far as I can tell.
I thought it was a specific nightclub. That might just be me misreading, though. Anyways, continue.
It might be the Nokorobi. It might just be a nightclub. Yes, you might be correct. As far as I know. It's only mentioned twice in the book, so I don't have clarification. Whether it is a nightclub or the nightclub, the camera focuses there. As at a table, a pair of individuals sit down with food and drink. As Tawasikik, you sit down and look across at this individual whose hands sort of cradle the cup that they have in front of them to drink with before separating and beginning into motion as they effortlessly sign and communicate with you. So, my name, for reference, is Akwani Nausea Gasatsitsi. Feel free to call me any or all of those as you wish.
Okay, it is the Nuka-Ruby. It is a specific club.
Yeah, so.
I've answered the question. Okay. Nice to meet you. Tawasikik.
And you, Tawasikik, have the look about you of someone who is questioning some things.
Okay.
I don't mean to be a little bit too forward, but may I ask what's on your mind?
I just came back from a job where I just started as names of things again. What is it? Suyata?
Suyata.
Yeah. Suyata. A week ago.
Big
First
shoes to
job.
fill. And how did it go?
Fine, we got yelled at a bit, but you know.
I can only imagine.
They were the ones.
Getting a first look at the council's dirty work, then.
What do you mean?
They smile and continue signing, and you realize as they sign relatively quickly and in the dark, it takes a second to try and process what they're saying, and you realize that this is the signing equivalent of whispering, because their hands are moving fast enough, but directed specifically at you, that anyone else trying to look in is mostly just going to get visual noise.
Okay.
And you get the idea that this is intentional to try and keep this conversation as private as possible.
I will follow suit.
Well, let's just say that if the council was as dedicated to its stated purpose of uplifting and protecting all of Cahokia and the free cities as they say they are, then there wouldn't be a place in the city for people like me who fix the small issues that get left behind in the cracks. The people of the council might be generally benevolent in their own right, but all of them are old people from old families. Consolidate power and shore up old lines in the sand.
Johnny, can you up the gain on your mic slightly? Just because you are half volume to Mara, and so it's like...
There you go.
That's better for me.
And shore up old lines in the sand.
What is this? Are you what?
I'm just a friendly face who saw someone who could use a drink and maybe a bit of conversation.
Okay, sure.
But if you're maybe questioning whether the work that you do for the council is always going to be on the up and up, or perhaps occasionally as mysterious as the work you just accomplished, and I won't bother trying to pry the details out of you, I imagine they probably have you sworn to secrecy about it.
Are we? I don't know for sure. This is
Most
a
most
question for
Seata matters are
storyteller.
considered to be council business and best
Okay.
not shared,
Okay, all right.
unless they are specifically meant to be public.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of those. I think it's one of those like use your best judgment, but most often
Yeah.
just say nothing.
Okay. Yeah. That makes sense. Can I would like to do the equivalent of insight checking this person. Thomas is like was not happy about the situation, but like is also does not care enough, honestly.
Yeah.
There's a level of stuff's happening. I don't
This person is trying
want to extend effort on this, and this person seems weirdly interested.
This person
And
is
that's suspicious.
trying to make a double agent, and they picked the
Yeah.
wrong person.
Yes.
That's funny that you assume that.
No, that's just.
Well, I don't know.
That's just what it feels like right now.
Go ahead and roll me. Go ahead and roll me. It's weird. There is like everything in the skill list is very active. There isn't really a.
Yeah. Do you use deception as like a defensive thing?
I would say so. Yeah, I would say you can use deception as a skill to try and identify deception.
Okay, I'm gonna try that. I'm not great at it, but we'll try. All right. Just a success
Your
number
difficulty
8.
is going to be 8. Yeah.
Cool. 3 successes.
It's weird that this person seems like someone who should be hiding something, but at the same time you get the sense that they are absolutely not. You get the sense that like this feels like this should be someone who is like playing an angle or trying to get something out of you, and it almost seems like this person is innately used to that kind of conversation, but you get the sense that no, they're actually just having conversation and asking about someone who looks like they're having some stuff on their plate and stuff's happening. They look tired and like they just been through some stuff.
Okay. So who do you work for?
I mean, strictly speaking, I don't really work for anyone.
Do you work with anyone?
I work with everyone.
Yeah, it sounds like a whole lot of bullshit to me.
They did refer to themselves as a fixer earlier, so I buy that actually.
That doesn't mean it's not bullshit.
I mean, true. Fixers are often full of bullshit, honestly.
It can be absolutely truthful and still complete bullshit.
Like I said, I tend to be the person around to help fix the problems that fall through the cracks. I know a lot of people, and I help the right people meet the right people to solve problems.
Okay.
But we're
Sounds
not here on
fun.
business. We're not here on business today.
What is this then? Because it
I
feels a little bit like a recruitment.
I just like meeting new people, and you seem like an interesting person to know. And again, that hits that twinge of that sounds like it should
Yeah.
be more deceptive than it is.
Uh-huh. Huh.
Like you get the feeling that this person works very well in social environments by being surprisingly honest.
Okay. Okay. It's very strange. I am.
And I look forward to sharing a drink with you in the future, maybe.
How about tonight, though?
I mean, I've got all night. I don't
Because-
have any work till the morning.
Okay.
And now it sounds less like recruiting and more like being picked up.
These are not mutually exclusive.
Fair.
Because mostly how I'm feeling about how things went is I would like to forget it.
It's a fair response. Let's have another drink. She says that she waves another drink over.
Is it they or she? Just out of curiosity. 'Cause you've used
They don't seem to care.
both. Okay.
Okay.
Ah, like Zen.
I will have whatever they are having.
To quote the bit of their bio that I will tell you,
Mhm.
Akwani is non-gendered and attracted to all genders, changing how they present and whom they flirt with on a regular basis.
Cool. Man, imagine knowing how to flirt with people in more than one way.
Imagine knowing how to flirt with people in one way,
It's just
or
I
more than one,
I didn't.
or
I never said that the one way that I know how to flirt with people was effective. Just that I only know one.
As I am with this person, do other people seem to know who they are and kind of what their deal is? I'm kind of Tawi Seekik is going around and is doing what she has done most nights since the accident, which is just flirting with everyone and not really trying to have any deep connection to anyone, because that would be upsetting.
Roll me perception.
Okay.
And just to throw this out there for Mara, if Tawasiki ever feels the need, they would she would know that Zen will always show up if Zen is asked to be somewhere for backup or
Okay.
anything. So
Excellent. I don't want you here.
no, that's fine. That's fine. Just so you're aware.
Was it perception you said? Let's see here. Well, perception. Oh, yeah, perception's this. I always forget.
Just an attribute.
There we go. That's a failure on me.
Would you like to spend a mind to make one success?
Yeah, let's do that.
Zen, like
Alright.
me, will answer a call at 3 o'clock in the morning and be on the road somewhere 30 minutes later if necessary.
Excellent. That
Yeah.
is good to know.
So you sort of pay attention as you look around and sort of take in the environment and how people react to Akwani.
Mhm.
Akwani seems, as they sort of implied, like someone that everybody knows, and everybody seems to have strong opinions on. Whether they really like Akwani or think Akwani is a troublemaker or find them annoying varies from person to person. But everyone that you get a sense of seems to be, at least in this nightclub, seems to be familiar with and have an opinion on Akwani.
Interesting. No consensus on that opinion that I'm
It
getting.
generally seems more on the positive side, at least
Okay.
for a place that Nauseous frequents.
Mm-hmm.
But like it's not so positive that you would think, oh, they must literally run this place or something.
Okay. Okay. All right. Hmm. Hmm. And they're staying with me this whole time.
They're sitting at this table. You're free to wander around if you want, or come back to them as you like.
Okay. I would like to vanish at some point.
Fair enough. But your glass is always sitting there if you want to come back to it.
Interesting. I sit back down by the table. I have acquired some sort of equivalent to a glow stick headband. Feels good. So when you say fixing things, do you mean like literally?
Sometimes. Sometimes something's broken down and the city isn't paying enough attention to it, so I have to find the right engineer to get it up and running again. Sometimes there's a problem going on that the folk in the council aren't really paying enough attention to similarly, and I have to put the right mercenaries in the right spot to settle a dispute or get some shipments moved that are being held up. I fix problems.
Hmm. Do you talk to a lot of Suyata after their first mission?
Not usually, but you came by and seemed interesting.
Mm-hmm. Do you watch the Sunwing races?
I've been known to enjoy them from time to time when my schedule's free.
I used to do that a little bit.
I thought I recognized you. My condolences, by the way.
Thanks. I like you.
Thanks. I seem to like you a bit as well.
Can I get your number?
Oh, that's something that I'm happy to hand out.
We'll exchange Nisi. Is it Nisi, right?
Nisa.
Nisa?
Like like
Uh
Nissan, but without the N at the end.
there we go. Nisa information. So we can stay connected.
The point where it stopped giving Alistair vibes.
Do you like to approach people and talk about fixing things one-on-one, or
If you're up for work, I am happy to keep you in mind if I come across something that might need your specific touch.
yeah, that'd be great.
I'll keep that in mind then. But for now, we're not here on business. So what else can I get you?
Have you ever ridden a Sunwing before?
I can't say I have.
Do you want to try?
I'll try anything once.
I'm gonna lead them out to where I keep mine stored at the club.
All right. They will follow you.
It's dark, and I don't think it's open right now. I don't think it's usually this is like a volunteer organization. It feels very much like this is gonna open when the next person is like, I'm awake now, but this is not the time for that. Tawasika is gonna scale a fence to get in.
That Aquani doesn't seem to bat an eye at that and will just as quickly scale the fence after you.
Yeah. And lead him over to a her sunwing, which I feel like I should describe now. Did I give the description on my sheet? I don't think so. Um, it's a small or well, like a large mechanical vehicle, but like small in terms of sunwing. It's very much built like very light frame, like a racing bicycle. You know, the ones made out of aluminum, so you can just lift them with a hand. And it is brightly colored with like, oh goodness, I think I put this somewhere in here. A I'm just gonna make it up. With like a bumblebee kind of patterns, black and white, or black and yellow. And she clicks a button under the kind of under one of the consoles to get some like pinkish lights for driving at night on. And she's nervous about this because I don't think she has ridden it since the accident, but not with anyone else. She's like done basic, like keep it kind of running like you do with a car so that it doesn't rust. But has not really touched it very much. And she's gonna start going through her hand signals for like I think she had developed a shorthand for her partner with like shifting weight and making the kind of like regular turns she do. She's trying to simplify it because they have not indicated that they're very familiar with this, but like the basics of when I lean this way, let's lean this way kind of together, how to like help coordinate that.
Go ahead and roll me your air vehicle skill.
Okay.
Just to see how well you convey this.
Yeah.
Enter difficulty 8.
8 successes.
Pretty good. So yeah, you sort of give the explanation, and it seems like Nausea is picking up fairly well. And they sort of follow along as you guide them through like basics of operation and what the purpose of the co-pilot is when you're operating the vehicle, which is primarily watching out for any environmental hazards and planning routes and keeping an eye on the map. And if need be, seeing to any repairs that might be necessary mid-flight.
Yep. I was thinking do a loop around the city and come back.
That sounds like a wonderful trip.
Okay. Just gonna hop on.
I'll climb in with you.
And start it up.
The soft hum of the engine of a Sunwing comes to life as its anti-gravity repulsors begin to lift it off of the ground. And you are once again in the seat of a vehicle that you have not taken for a serious flight for a very long time.
Yeah. She closes her eyes in the glow of the lights and has her hand on like both hands kind of on one by the engine and one like on one of the upright like masts essentially for the wing, I'm imagining, to like feel the vibrations because that's how she kind of registers to make sure everything is doing okay, is feeling for anything that seems off. And she starts going through like the checklist kind of and she is keeping in a corner of her eye toward this interesting stranger.
They seem completely enraptured by the experience, as they seem to be having a fun time just experiencing being inside one of these vehicles for the first time. But they always seem to have a steady focus on whatever tasks you might have for them in the situation, as in here, you're the one in charge.
Okay. And I'm going to lift us up and start making a loop. She's not going fast. She's going pretty slow for her. And it is very... I feel like I need to make the roll a piloting roll for this.
Good.
With some sort of thing for her her burden, because this is the first time she has gone out.
What level is your burden?
It's a what did I put it at? Let me double check. 3.
So it's going to be you're going to make your air vehicles skill check, and your difficulty is going to be 11.
Okay. All right. Still got 6 successes though.
So you start off slow, and you're just sort of getting the feel in the loop. But there's some part of you that never left the track, and the instinct still lives inside of you. The feeling of being a racer, of knowing the wind rushing by as you move at high speed. And eventually that slow loop becomes faster. And you might not be up to full racing speed, but eventually you pick up to a decent clip. And though you can't hear it, anyone who might happen to be anywhere nearby in the airspace at that time might overhear Akwani yelling in excitement as they enjoy the ride as well.
I look back, grinning like a fool.
They have this the feeling of the look of someone who is enjoying. I mean, you've seen it in every bit of media. The first time someone ever takes a ride on something that flies, that sheer exultation and joy of the experience is plastered on their face.
Excellent.
Or abject terror. It's one of the.
Yeah,
yeah, one of
but
those.
in this case,
two.
it's the joy.
Good. And I think I want to end this with getting back landing and still smiling for the first time in a very long time. Thank you.
And as Ekwani sort of lifts himself up and out of the co-pilot seat and back onto the ground, their legs are a little shaky, but more from excitement than out of anything else. And they sort of stand up, straighten themselves out, and start signing. That was spectacular, but I also got the sense that you needed that.
Yeah.
Well, I guess in this case, getting the right people to the right people was me meeting you then.
Was that a smug tone? It felt like a smug tone.
It was a little smug, but it was
Yes.
also well, it was mostly genuine.
Yes, it was.
It felt like a little smug, like just a little bit, but also it
She
felt
says
like
this in character.
yeah. So you say that in character was that a
Yeah.
smug tone? It felt like a smug tone, and they assign a little.
That's all right. I'll tolerate it. May I kiss you?
I thought you'd never ask.
Gonna lean over.
And stab him in the throat.
I was gonna say yes,
No.
and then stab repeatedly and run away.
And very, very quick, but sincere. And she's still smiling.
And Akwani is smiling as well as they share that moment. This was excellent. Now, I don't want to lead you on and give you any ideas. I'm not an exclusive kind of person. But this was wonderful.
Yes.
And I would love to do it again sometime.
Yes.
And
3 days in character, they'll be dating half the cast.
and I look forward to potentially working with you on other things in the future.
Sure. We'll see.
Told you it was a recruitment strategy.
Yep. Obviously.
It's an effective recruitment strategy.
That's why people do it.
See you around.
Absolutely. Anytime you're around the Nokorobi, if you're looking for me, just ask the bartender. They usually know a way. Although now you got my number, shouldn't be that hard.
Yep.
I appreciate
Bye.
I appreciate the restraint in not saying now you've got a number.
And Tawasiko is going to head off back home.
Akwani sort of disappear into the crowd. Meanwhile,
Off to find the next person.
look, the other line from the description of Akwani that I will share. They are known to routinely mix business and pleasure, but never to confuse the two.
Okay, fair. But you can personally not confuse the two and still mislead the people that you are dealing with as to which it is.
Fair.
Yep.
And it can always be both.
Also that.
And so, as that was happening, did anyone else have anything they were looking to accomplish over the course of this evening?
Not hugely. Nutty, I believe when we last left, they'd gone home. By which home I mean, I believe it was barracks. And I know how this is initially going to. They are spending the night looking through the closest equivalent. I know there isn't necessarily a direct one, but the closest equivalent to what we have for a handbook.
It's not, the
It's
eye roll
not
that time,
pleasure
Molly.
reading.
Really good.
Constant.
They are, and I realize that there's not going to be much of an answer for this, so I'm not telling you to give me the answer. They are spending this evening going through it word for word, trying to reconcile what they have just experienced with the council, with what we're textually supposed to do, what the rules are, like how that doesn't work. No, that's not right. How do I approach this? That is what they're looking for, and I'm assuming they are in for an extremely frustrating evening.
Go ahead and roll me investigation.
Okay, well, I am good at that.
That just means that you'll probably find the actual information. Whether it's information you like is a different question.
6 successes.
Nice. So, what you find is that the role of the Suyata is enacting the will of the council and protecting the people of the free cities.
Sometimes those do not coincide. Apparently,
there is a noted hierarchy in those two statements.
I'm not going to like this hierarchy, am I?
As it turns out, the council usually comes highest.
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that hierarchy anymore.
All
right.
It definitely seems like the role of the Suyata, as is defined in the outlining handbook as it is meant to be, as the Suyata are first and foremost exactors of the will of the council. And though the council's will is intended to be generally beneficial and benevolent to the free cities and Cahokia and all who reside within, and that is a major role that the Suyata are meant to fill, and disaster relief is definitely one of the more prominent jobs that you have heard of Suyata being sent on.
Mm-hmm.
In situations like this, where your job is not necessarily related to the public peace, it is still first and foremost the duty of the Suyata to enact the will of the council.
Is anything in there for how a phrase on like protections from the council? Like, if the council goes bad, did they never consider this option? And I would not be surprised, because it's a fucking utopia, and we all know how stupid those are.
Okay.
That's Jeremy talking. Now, he would never think such a thing.
Not yet.
Not yet. Not until they break, and then, oh, good lord.
So there is a section, and it's written. Have you ever heard of or read Machiavelli's The Prince?
Me? Yes.
You know how
Machiavelli? No.
It doesn't exist. It doesn't exist.
doesn't exist.
Based on this,
For you.
Machiavelli's from Europe.
to
Obviously,
us at the very least.
Yeah. But you know how in The Prince, Machiavelli sort of describes the underhanded tactics by which an individual prince might make themselves feared and powerful, not as a guide to princes, but as a handbook of this is what you, the regular reader, should be watching out for. There's sort
Are
of
you
that...
telling me that the handbook's solution to a corrupt council is to become more corrupt than the council?
No.
To beat them? Because that's kind of the lesson of the prince.
It's the lesson of the prince is more a warning of these are the
Yeah, of
tactics that
course.
individual people might use. This is what you should be on the lookout for.
Right.
As he says in the book, these are things that an intelligent reader might be able to find use for.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Come on.
Yeah.
Like the whole point of it is, look, the council, the ruling class is bad. So you have to be as bad in order to beat them if you want to beat them.
Or at least know their tricks.
Or at least know their tricks, yes.
And there is a section within the book that seems to sort of just be hidden along general guidelines for investigating corruption and general issues that sort of outlines the idea that no matter how high corruption goes, it is the duty of the Suyata to investigate and alert those who are in the right duty to deal with that corruption, and if necessary, handle that execution of security themselves.
Oh no!
Don't tell Naughty to
build.
Don't tell Naughty to build a guillotine.
It took Naughty about 4 episodes to become the Punisher. I'm kidding, but not really.
It always specifies, and this is, you get the sense that this was well hidden by the author of the handbook, as this section is couching where most of the book sort of has the hierarchy played that the council is first and the justice and protection of the people of Cahokia is second. This particular section of the book seems to have reversed that hierarchy, with the idea that in the case of any kind of government corruption, the protection of the people of Cahokia is the duty of the Suyata, and rooting out said corruption and so on and so forth.
Okay.
Is done for the protection of the people of the city.
Sweet. All right.
It's almost like when people are setting up rules for a government that they know might eventually down the line go wrong, and you live in a society where people have that kind of forward thinking, they might put in safeguards.
You've just radicalized Naughty, and now I've got to deal with it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, this is now y'all's problem.
Well, don't worry, Talo will deal with it.
It's just a matter of whether Naughty sees this as sufficient corruption.
We'll see, won't we?
I.e., any corruption.
But that's about what you find over the course of your
fair enough
6 successes.
Yep, that is my evening.
Zen is just doing like night patrol for until they're tired enough to go to sleep. And then at that point it's a coin flip for whether or not they just find a place to sleep or actually head back home.
Tala had gone out with Woya for the night.
Mm-hmm. As Woya is not currently here, we will wait until Julie is back around to potentially describe whatever that evening might have been.
Sounds good.
I love the innocent member of the party uncovers hidden knowledge. In this case, hidden knowledge is what to do if your leaders are corrupt.
There's a little box text. It's just right off to the side. It's right there. Really convenient.
But Zen just spends a portion of the night helping old ladies cross the street. Running down purse thieves, whatever might be happening in on the streets on the mean streets of Cahokia.
I'm trying to sneak past you. I feel like I turn in relatively early for me.
I mean, I don't. It probably won't be hard. Because the city is big.
That's fair. If you're not super close to home.
I mean, that and patrol for someone like Zin, it's less purse thieves and more somebody's got a little too rowdy and needs to be told to sit down for a minute.
Yep.
Petty theft isn't really as common when everyone has their basic needs met and cared for.
Absolutely. That's why I had it in a list of like, that kind of activity, right? Just, wandering around so that he doesn't sit still too long and
And that doesn't mean petty theft doesn't happen,
have
but
to
it's
deal
usually
with,
not like for
yeah.
reasons of I don't have enough. It's just kind of a thing. There's usually some other motivation behind it.
Just wandering around, wandering around so the demons don't get too happy in one spot, basically.
Yeah. But you all spend the night in various fashions with various people. Sometimes an interesting stranger, sometimes a close friend, sometimes a book that might have meaning, that might have information that will drive you mad.
Books are better friends than people, anyways.
And sometimes being as alone as you can be in a populated city.
Yep.
Ah.
But eventually you all get rest.
Yep.
I have to ask, Naughty,
Yep.
do you give a psychic morning greeting to everyone?
Yeah. What do you think?
Yeah, I figured.
Ah!
What time in the morning is it that your voice pops into everyone?
I don't know. What time is morning training? I
Too
think
early.
like
Too early.
6 a.m.
Weirdly,
That's the answer.
it's
too early.
always like 10 minutes before you get there. No matter how much earlier you get there in the morning.
Yeah, like 6.
Yeah, that tracks.
Hey guys, just checking in. Hi. Good morning.
Ah!
I suppose I should roll it.
Oh yeah.
Because technically,
One of these days
I
you're
might
gonna
not be
fail
able to
at
get
it, and
everybody.
I will feel happy.
Mara, don't worry.
Okay.
If I don't get enough people, I will make sure you're one of them.
Oh, thank you.
All right, you guys are shit. I have to look this up again.
We're friends.
And so it's like
technically.
-3.
I think it was just 6 last time.
Something like that. That sounds about right.
Yeah.
It is.
What's the gift again?
It is
Ravens.
Raven's Call.
It's spirit abilities, right?
Correct.
Perception.
You're right. It is perception.
It is your. Well, to be fair, the dice check is your perception and spirit.
Yes, -3 because you're friends. No, you guys aren't hundreds of miles away. You guys aren't in a counter, so it's -3 diff. So that would be diff 5, I would assume.
Yep.
Yes, diff 5.
Oh, that's only 2. So I feel like it has to be.
You spend a point. Do you spend 2 points of mind to get the remaining 2 people?
Oh, that's true.
For the pettiness.
You only need to spend to turn those 2 4s into 5s.
Yep. Okay, there we go. That works.
There you go.
Hi, everyone. Just checking in. Good morning.
Ah.
We have communication devices for this express purpose.
Boundaries, Naughty.
Wait, what? But.
On the
Communication
Nisa.
devices can be
Nisa,
interrupted.
so I can mute it.
This is just more of
You can't hear a Nisa, Tawasi.
Why?
Everything
No,
is
but like
always
I can,
muted.
I imagine I have it set to like buzz if I
Right.
get a notification, so I have to look, so like to cue me to look at it, and I can mute that.
Tell it
Like
to not
the-
buzz. Yeah, tell it to
That's
not
the
vibrate.
equivalent.
Yeah.
Then why would I use if I was standing right next to you? Why would I use a Nisa if I could just talk to you?
There's a variety of reasons that individual personal comfort. Some people might not be feeling particularly talkative at the moment, and listening to voices might be bothersome or overwhelming, depending on what they're doing. Various things. More specifically, you're not right next to me, and talking into my brain is startling, especially when I am desperately trying to not fall off a building.
Oh, sorry.
Why are you on a building?
Yeah, why are you on a building?
Morning exercises.
Oh no, that makes sense. That makes sense. Okay, my bad. My bad.
Ew.
I tell you what. I will make sure you know when it's going to happen. So this is when my day starts.
Naughty.
So you'll know to expect. Yeah.
Have you ever asked us if we're okay with this?
I don't get it.
I don't understand the question.
Have you ever asked if we want to allow you into our minds?
I'm not
that's
doing
very
it.
personal.
I'm just talking. I'm not doing anything else.
And yet you never asked. You just popped up in our minds.
Do you ask someone if they can talk to you if you're face to face?
Yes. Because again,
That's
In
weird.
that situation, you can walk away if you don't want to talk to them.
The aforementioned, not everybody might be up for talking at the moment because
Well, you can
various
say
stressors and things.
you can say I don't want to talk right now, and I will stop.
I don't want to talk
Obviously.
right now.
Okay, then we can stop. That's fine. But I'm not
I was
like
having
going
a
into
good
your
dream.
memories.
Go away.
Okay, I just want to be clear. I'm not going into your memories. I'm not planning
No.
suggestions or anything like that.
Okay,
I was
Naughty.
just saying hi.
Okay, this is bothering.
I'm
People?
done. My
All
bad.
right. We can talk about it in person.
Okay.
Just a beep over the Nisa or via a Nisa. And then that's followed by an attached picture of Zen actively free climbing on the side of a building.
Just saying, if you got a buzz on your knee, so that might throw you off, and you might fall off too. Yeah, I pull back. To be clear,
Fall back asleep.
As the realization comes to some of you, as the realization perhaps comes to some of you that at least to Naughty's mind, telepathy is the exact same as conversation.
yeah, it's just talking to someone. In fact, it's talking to someone in a way that's more, because it doesn't require all of the things that require with actually having conversation. Everybody doesn't need to get in the same place, and it's not inconvenient that way, and so on. Anyway, sorry.
Anyways.
Yep. Thank you for reminding me. I would have forgotten.
I there was no way I was going to let you not.
Beautiful, beautiful.
I do love that at any given situation, if not given another excuse, Zen is just doing exercises of some kind.
So you at the moment do not have another mission. So you technically have the day free to yourselves.
Yep.
Until something comes in.
Yep.
With that in mind, What are your individual plans for the moment?
Zin's getting a buzz on their Nisa.
I will look and see what it says.
I met someone interesting last night.
After get to a place where you can stop climbing.
How long were you climbing for? Was that all night? Because I know you do that sometimes.
No. Who was it?
Okay. I haven't seen them before, but Akwani? Akwani. There was other names. I don't remember them.
You, the player, not remember them, or do you, the character, not remember them?
The character doesn't remember them. Player doesn't remember them. Both.
Both things can
One
be
of
true.
them stuck in there, and that's the one I've got.
Hey, that's as far as they care about it.
Yeah.
Do I know an Akwani, or have I heard of an Akwani?
You can roll me Skullduggery for reference for all three of their names.
Thank you.
What's my success number?
Div 8, standard.
2 successes.
Akwani no Siagasatsitsi is fairly well known in any and all underground circles in Cahokia as the first and foremost fixer in the city, the kind of person who gets the right people to the right people in any and all situations. Tends to be forthright, honest, straightforward, does not have a reputation for ever steering anybody wrong on a deal.
So you just
does tend to be the kind of person for whom legal boundaries and personal boundaries do not intersect.
Yeah, so you just get back you just get back Akwani no Siagasetiti? Or Tsitsi? Just with a question mark at the end.
Yeah. I think that was it.
Huh. Did they want you to do something?
Why?
They're a fixer.
Yeah, that's what they called themselves. It was weird.
So I guess you just hung out with them?
Yep.
That was a long pause for 3 letters.
I'm tired. It was
Uh-huh.
out late.
Out late. Doing what?
Go away. Get back to your exercising or whatever.
You messaged me.
You hooked.
I assumed there was a
Listen.
reason.
We have had a number of antisocial groups in our game of PCs in our games before. This might be the apex of that.
Yeah, it's like you messaged
This
me.
beats some of our changeling groups, and that says a fucking lot.
Yeah.
Yep. Listen, I have siblings. This is informing everything I'm doing
Yeah,
right now,
100%,
and it's
yeah.
perfect. Yeah.
Yep. No, that's absolutely
Uh-huh.
fair.
If there's no response to you messaged me, it's another message. Did you need something or want something?
No. No. It was fun is all. And I have their number.
I'm glad you had fun. And I'm glad...
Why do I? Go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
I'm glad you have fun. And I'm glad you have a new contact.
Why do I feel like this? Why do I feel like there is an undertone of you want to get it on this? There.
No, I feel like it's more sibling bragging to other sibling that
Yeah.
they just got a new boyfriend.
Uh-huh.
Because okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
I have seen this exact thing happen.
Meanwhile, Zen, who is just like a big proponent of casual sex. And it's just like, cool. What else? Yeah, if there's anything else, after getting done with my exercises, I'll go to wherever probably wherever Naughty, considering I don't know if the others do any morning exercises, wherever Naughty is doing their morning exercises, and then join those two.
Yep.
Oh, Tala was also going to find Naughty.
Oh no. You may never find. Then you may never find. The body may never be recovered.
Knowing Holly's characters, it's a 50-50 shot as to whether or not Tala gets there within the next 4 hours of the initial conversation.
Oh,
Okay.
no. So after the brain conversation, she was immediately leaving to go find Naughty.
Excellent.
You guys are gonna love my next character.
I don't think you're dead yet.
Since Talo is headed that way immediately, and Zin was still doing exercises and having a conversation with Tawasikik, Nadi will get there first.
I'd hope I would get there first to where I am.
Tala's getting
Tala will get there first.
There we go.
Naughty, you arrive first. Wherever you are.
There's two
I'd
of
be
them.
very concerned
Naughty
if
always
I
arrives
got
first
to
to
where I
wherever Naughty
was
is.
before me. I do not have the I do not yet have the ability to astrally project. I am working on it.
Okay.
Naughty, you arrive
Good to
second
know.
to wherever you are. Oh, God.
Why? What is
You thought
happening?
I was annoying when I just had telepathy. Wait until I can astrally project to where you are.
Tala shows up and there are two of them. One of them is definitely getting killed immediately.
Doppelganger.
Ah.
Bam. How'd you know that was the right one? I didn't.
Yep.
Okay.
No, that's what the response is. Doppelganger? Oh, there's the one there. Yeah, I am doing warm-ups for working out.
Okay.
That's what I was doing.
Yeah, but you're coming here after that. Yeah.
Fair.
Anyways. Oh, hi.
We need to talk.
Okay. What's up? Stretch.
You're not. Okay, fine. You're not. And can you sit still for a minute?
Are you not able to talk to me while I'm just stretching
Your
out?
head is bobbing around. It's annoying.
I'm just moving.
Whatever.
Neurotypical to neuroatypical conversations.
Yeah, exactly. Like, can you stop moving around? No, I can't.
No!
This body doesn't do 0.
Right! What's up?
Okay, it's clear to me that you're not understanding what an invasion of privacy is.
Is this
Popping
about
into our
the yeah.
Yeah. Do you understand why we are uncomfortable with this?
No. But I understand you are. And I will adjust based on that.
I'm not even referring so much to myself as I am to, and I butcher your character's name every time, Mara. I'm sorry.
Tawasikik.
Yeah.
Oh, I was gonna get it right.
Yeah.
No,
There you go.
Tawasikik. No, okay. Sorry, wasn't sure.
I understand.
Tawasikik.
Yes,
You?
Yes. I get it. I understand that you were all upset by that. I don't understand. I simply don't. But I understand that you are, and that's enough.
If you're going to do something like that, especially with the others in your group, you really need to tell us beforehand and ask permission if it's okay. And if we say it is, then pop into our heads all you want.
Again, I don't get it, but I understand what you are saying.
Now looking forward to the situation where the telepathy would have immediately solved the problem, but doesn't use it, and then someone goes,
That's the, yep.
why didn't you use
Welcome to
telepathy?
that fucking
I
world.
wasn't in a
Yeah.
position to ask.
I mean, that honestly leads into what she was about to say.
Yeah.
Is the skill would be better when we are on missions. And I'm just suggesting before we go on a mission, maybe that's when you talk to everyone and say, hey, if the situation calls for it, is it okay if I do this? Because we may run into those situations.
But
when we are just having a day off, could be doing whatever, it is really weird to have someone else just pop up in your mind. Especially when you don't have control over it.
I understand what you're saying. Again, the only way I can put it is this way. What you're asking me to do is communicate in a way I am less comfortable in so you can be more comfortable. I don't like speaking verbally. I don't like speaking through the nieces. I don't like speaking through other forms because that's what feels natural to me. I will do that because you all don't like it. But I need you to understand this is putting me at discomfort for the sake of your own comfort.
I understand that. How about next time we're together, you talk to the whole group? Some people might be okay with you doing that, okay?
Okay. I get it. I understand. I get at least that it bothers you.
I'm more concerned about Tawasika. They're
Fair
not used to
enough.
hearing voices, so that is very unsettling for them.
Fair enough.
She just sighs heavily. If you so feel the need to, and it makes you more comfortable, I give you permission to do it with me.
Thank you. I will stop saying hi at certain periods in the morning.
I appreciate that.
Okay?
Okay.
Okay. Do we have any idea what we're doing while we wait for what's next?
Preparing for anything that's thrown at us, I guess.
Well, that's a lot more things than I expected might be the case yesterday. So that's
I mean, I would suggest that we should get together as a group and talk about things and talk about how everyone is doing after the events of yesterday, because I know there are some emotions.
Mm-hmm. We can do that.
I just realized, by the way, that Raven's Call would have been 2 less successes because you were targeting me, which means that 2s are also failures. It doesn't matter right now. We don't have to roll back. We don't have to roll it back, but I just realized that looking back at the numbers.
Oh, fair enough. Anyway. Okay.
I would also suggest that maybe during our time off, whenever we have it, since we all may not be familiar with each other yet, maybe we should try spending some time together just to get to know each other, because it might help out
Oh,
in the
yeah.
cult. As
Absolutely.
there's like a very slight eye twitch as she says that.
Desperately thinking, not me and you.
What
Not me
have
and
you
Not me
done?
and you.
What
I not mean
horrible,
us. I
Holly,
meant
what horrible mistake have you done?
did not mean the two of them run off and bond and have sleepovers. Man, whole group gets to
That
know each other.
doesn't make it better.
Gonna go great.
What's that? Team building exercises? All right.
Yeah, Zinnerhive somewhere in this.
Yeah, fall naughty. I'll
Some point.
catch you.
I will say about there is when Zin actually arrives.
You hear the sound of an approaching hoverboard.
Up there's yep. Hey.
So yeah, just sliding in. Hey, what's up? Hop off. Deactivate, put it on my back.
We were just talking about maybe the group of us should get together at some point, talk about the events of yesterday, because I know there's some emotions going on.
And bond.
And the possibility of sometimes during our time off, we might want to spend some time as a group to get to know each other better.
I love the very specifically digging in one direction.
As a group, not me by myself with you.
Team building exercises? Those are great.
Okay. I meant
You
more
have
just
doomed yourself.
spending bonding time, like as a group, getting to know each other on a more personal level.
Exactly.
Okay. I'll see you guys later.
I mean,
Okay.
what are you doing today? Because
Sorry.
we might very well get a mission later today.
I'm gonna go visit my family, and I will see you guys later. Just send me a message. Naughty, you can whatever. Brain message me if you need to.
Okay, thank you.
I've
Let me push your guys off.
I've never had somebody suggest team building exercises and then flee the concept in the same sentence.
I assume she just has stuff to do. Do you mind that I talk in your head, by the way?
90% of the time, no.
Okay.
10% of the time, depending on what I'm doing, yeah, but I'll just tell you.
Yeah, just tell exactly. Just like if somebody came up to you and
Stop encouraging them.
and spoke, somebody came up and started talking to you, and you were like, "Hey, not right now."
Now, I will say that the difference there is that body language can tend to cut people off at the pass a lot sooner than actually having to engage. Like if I'm, if you're walking down an alley and you see me halfway down an alley actively, I'm trying to think of what I would be doing halfway down the alley that would be appropriate with the situation.
Surveilling, investigating.
very,
failing.
very obviously trying to not be seen. You wouldn't walk up to me and go, "Hey, how you doing?" Right?
No, because that would give you away.
Exactly. There's that visual. There's that body language level to it that is sort of removed when, at random times during the day, a voice pops up in your head saying "Hi." Does that make sense?
What if I said it quieter?
I don't know. Everything in my brain is at one volume and it's screaming constantly, so I don't know if you can.
There is suddenly the question that I don't think has ever been addressed in any media of whether the telepathy volume is a matter of the sender or the recipient.
Considering the fact that I personally have no control over the volume of the voices in my head, I assume no one has control over the volume of their voices in anyone's head.
I mean, I feel like if somebody is thinking normally versus thinking in a panic in a flight or fight situation,
Yep.
I think the latter is louder.
Well, it's a question of because it's not really loud, right? It's just your brain's interpretation of information. So
Well, yeah.
yeah.
The way I always interpret it personally is, for lack of a better way to put it, it is how hard you are thinking into their head.
Sure, makes sense.
Like if you are not, if you are in a panic, high stress, fight or flight situation or something similar, you're not thinking with any level of control. So you're just going full blast.
Here's a solution. Sorry.
Okay.
Back in character. Here's
Yes.
a solution. Because your telepathy doesn't have to be words, right? It can be emotions, feelings, like sensations.
Mm-hmm.
Could you lead with a buzz? Like just a ping in the brain.
Never considered that before.
Rather than saying hello, just be a little telepathic ping, as if asking the question, "Is it okay for me to talk to you right now?" And then we can. Well, this is probably something we should go over in person before you actually.
I actually should look at the gift. I actually should look at the ability to see. I mean, as near as I can tell, it only says verbal communication.
So it does say it allows for verbal communication, which means I think you can make any kind of sound. I don't know that you can project an image.
Okay.
Yeah, so you just just the sound of a buzzer, or have just a little buzz or a little ping, just a notification sound. That way,
beep beep beep.
Maybe just
do.
It's just fucking doorbell noise.
Maybe just a single one. We can go over it with the group as a whole. But maybe that's a way to sort of bridge that gap between the body language and the mental language barrier. That way, you can still do your thing and be comfortable, and we can still have some level of agency over the conversation, over engaging with the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
As Zen,
I still think it's weird. I still think it's weird, to be honest, because
sure,
you don't have to make a weird sound if you walk up to somebody and start speaking to them.
I mean, I clear my voice. I clear my throat a lot.
Huh.
Just to give somebody a verbal indication that you're there, in case you're behind them and they didn't see you coming up.
It's still weird to me, but I understand, and I will. Yes.
Yeah, it's gonna be weird, and this is just part of that communication amongst a team. He says with that, as Zen goes,
this perfect representation of neuroatypicality.
Right? Yeah. as Zen just goes full on office supervisor mode.
Yep.
But yeah, no,
okay.
It's gonna be weird, but we'll figure it out. Shawnee, which one were you thinking was the perfect representation of neurotypicality? Was it the both? Because I think coming up with instinctively coming up with a solution for how to make the thing that you're more comfortable with comfortable for everyone else is definitely not a neurotypical thing. Because that's neurotypicals are like, why does that bother you? Just stop.
I mean,
Hmm.
well, no, not all of them. Some of them have actually like been taught empathy, but
Anyways.
uh,
So yeah, we'll go over that once we get everybody together. Speaking of which, I'm just gonna shoot a message to everyone's Nisi, with like 3 different time options for group meeting. 1 in the morning, one around noon, and 1 in the afternoon.
Is it like a check? You just get back from right next to you, but to everyone, check mark, check mark, check mark.
Yeah, it tracks.
which option works for you? All
Yes.
of these are fine.
Yeah, all 3 work for you. That's great. We'll see. What
I
works for you.
checked the first 2. No, I don't want to wait until. That's so much time to dread.
Tala will check the whatever.
Make it awkward. Check the last one.
She'll check all of them.
So yeah, I will. Assuming Wojo picks one, or Woyo picks one that works. Not Wojo. That's a different character from a different game.
Woljatia infects every game that his name is mentioned in. I see.
Oh God.
Oh, boy.
I basically like put a pin on like a cafe, like a relatively unpopulated cafe somewhere, in city, at like the closest to noon time, so that everyone has plenty of time to wake up and do their things. Like, all right, we'll meet up here then. All right.
Okay.
There's a cafe in the Chizid that's easy to step by for people who are like need to take a break and get a drink while they're shopping, kind of thing.
Yeah. All right, that's scheduled. Now, let's do those calisthenics.
Okay.
And with that, that's where we're gonna take our break.
All right, everyone watching live, please stay tuned for these commercial messages. And remember, when we take our break, you take yours. So stand up, stretch your legs, move around, do whatever you need to do. And we'll be back in just a few minutes. We're back. A dinosaur story.
A dinosaur story.
Welcome back, everybody. So, with plans laid out to head to a group meeting after a certain amount of time, before we get to that group meeting, Tala, you wanted to go visit your family.
Yeah. Yeah, she wants to check in on her siblings.
Was there anything in specific that you needed to do with that?
Mainly she's going to check in. She has not seen them for several days. However long they've been gone. How long have they been gone?
I believe about a week.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So it's also just kind of like in her nature, even though both of them are like fully grown, to still just check in and make sure they're okay.
Yeah, you stop by, and you see your bio is not visible on your character sheet.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Is it a brother and sister?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, there it is. Yeah. The your sister is sort of bringing in a handful of what looked like groceries that someone from the neighborhood had brought them. And she's just sort of like bringing those in and setting them out for your brother to prep and get ready for food for lunch, because it's getting closer to mid-morning, so getting lunch ready now so that they don't have to worry about prepping it around lunchtime.
Yeah, she'll walk in. Hey, how are you guys doing?
Oh, hey Tala, says Badia, as the pair of them look up as you enter. Dace currently has a cutting knife in his hand and is currently chopping vegetables to prep for food. And sort of nods as you enter. Did the job go well?
Mostly.
Well, first mission success, I guess. Congratulations.
Thanks. How'd everything go here?
It was mostly quiet for the week. A couple of people stopped by wondering if you were around for an autograph, but nothing major.
Ah, right. Um, all right. I just want to make sure you guys are doing okay.
You don't need to keep checking up on us. We are
I
fully grown adults. We can
I
take care of
know.
ourselves.
I I don't care. I'm going to keep checking on you guys.
Well, and also technically I'm the fully grown adult here, but he says looking up for it Dace. You're just most of the way there. Shut up.
I also need to make sure you two don't kill each other.
We're fine.
It's a full-time job.
Actually, we get along a lot better when there's not a reason to play it up. Also known as bothering you.
Shoot him a look. All right. What time had we picked to meet up?
Around noon.
Was it like the noon? Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the closer to noon one.
All right. I've got to meet with the rest of my group.
Well, have fun with that.
All
Let
right.
us know if anything interesting happens.
I will. Let me know if you guys need me.
Stop. We'll be fine.
Just let me know, okay?
We'll let you know.
All right.
They will
She'll
never
head
let
out.
her know.
Bleeding in the street. They don't let me know.
So, you head out. Anyone else have anything they need to get accomplished before the meeting?
I don't think so.
Nope, not particularly. Not unless someone needs me for something.
All right. Straight to the meeting then, unless Tawasiki has something.
Yeah, I'm gonna text them. Just a picture of, I don't know, a spider in my room.
Being Akwani.
Yep.
Yep.
Who else?
I think you're going to text all of us.
No,
random picture of a spider.
incorrect. Absolutely not.
Just a random picture of spider, which sends us all on a spiral. We're like, oh god, has someone been kidnapped? Has they tried to send us a coded message?
No, absolutely not.
Just a random picture of a spider that you saw that was of interest to you.
Yeah, it's kind of blurry.
Not a very good picture.
It's not a very good picture, and it is with the caption, It's with the caption. I have to contemplate this now. This is about how long she contemplate. It's very long. I'm gone for a week, and they have made camp. It's cute though.
You get back a little while later. I wouldn't worry too much. They'll keep the bugs out of your house.
Yeah. And that's it. The entirety of the conversation. I'm done now. I will go to this meeting, I guess.
So yeah, the group of you meet up at a coffee shop or general cafe in the Chizu.
Yeah.
Yep.
A place where you can have a drink and sit at the same time.
It's a very official meeting.
Is it?
I don't know. Is there a schedule of events?
No.
Strictly speaking, coffee is one of those things that comes from Europe. So yeah.
Oh yeah, it's not coffee, but tea.
Yeah, some kind of herbal drink designed to help you wake up in the morning.
Yes. This is when you should be waking up. Right now. Pointedly looks at Nadi.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
To which point, actually, is there a self-control roll?
Is there a what roll?
Willpower?
Willpower?
Roll. Willpower.
The
I mean,
classic?
yeah, if you're arguing self-control, I would say willpower.
Okay, so there is clearly like a moment where they're about to go mental and they stop themselves.
Oh wow.
Sorry.
So.
Sorry.
Oh, go ahead. Tala suggested that we have a group meeting to go over both the mission yesterday and also anything else that we might need to discuss. So I figured rather than letting the suggestion be made and then nothing happening, that I'd just go ahead and send a message out asking for when is a good time. Is there anything? I guess because I don't fully understand specifically what needed to be discussed. Tala, was there something specific that you wanted to talk about the mission yesterday?
I wanted to see where everybody was at after the way things ended.
It was fun. I mean, I have issues with it.
Was that, sorry, just to make sure that I understood the word that was cut off there, was that it was fucked being cut off? Okay,
Yes.
cool, making sure.
Okay.
Tala will give a ever so slight smile at Nadi when they say that.
How do you feel
Okay.
about
I
it?
have concerns. Sorry. No, that I they stopped there.
Okay. Tala?
I mean, I do definitely have concerns.
Signed to Tala Seekic.
Whatever. It was fine.
I it what happened with the mission was not beyond my realm of expectation, and I dislike the intention that the council had for it, but I am unsurprised by that fact and feel like we did the best thing that we could have done.
Did we?
Yes. We solved a problem. We didn't kill anybody we didn't need to kill.
Okay,
And
yeah, no, you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. As far as we did we did as well as we could on with the information we had.
Yeah.
If we'd had other information, we might have acted a little differently, but we did the best we could in that.
And I am personally of favor for people getting the slaps on the wrist that they might need.
With people.
Zen will think about the situation and who would be getting a slap on the wrist.
Well, we got a slap on the wrist, so
Yeah.
We're not the one. No, we got a. They're disappointed with the outcome, which is less than a slap on the wrist. We didn't violate a treaty.
Yeah, but nobody's gonna know that a treaty was violated.
Yeah, they will.
Yeah.
We let the people go.
Yeah, the T-Swak Alliance group was specifically investigating that treaty violation,
And we're let
as you
go.
had discovered.
Right. You're right.
Yeah. Zen is basically Zen is saying without saying it explicitly, Zen is perfectly happy with the fact that the T-Swak Alliance are going to yell at the council about them breaking a treaty. And that he doesn't feel like we did anything. He doesn't feel like we as a group did anything wrong.
I agree with you, Zen. I just don't like the way the council reacted to it.
Yeah, I mean, their job
We'll see what happens.
and our job are not the same, and that's why we have the level of freedom to choose our actions that we do. We're not. We are not yes men for our leaders. As much
This
as
is
as
not
much
the
as
way
they
our
do those.
This is not the way they're supposed to be.
No.
What way are they
Like-
supposed? What way are they supposed to be?
When you, I don't know, when you make a treaty, you honor the treaty.
So I don't personally know.
You don't. Everything about it was wrong.
Yeah.
Everything about it was wrong.
I don't personally know what the reasoning behind it was. What the reasoning behind anything that we encountered was, but I can certainly see a world where you would make those decisions for good reasons, and I can see a world where you can make those decisions for bad reasons. I don't have the full scope of things that I would need to render judgment.
Okay.
For example, say that we made a treaty that we would never, ever, ever cross the boundaries of our neighbor's area that they live in.
Mm-hmm.
And we happen to be walking down the road on our side of that boundary and see a horde of monsters chasing down innocent, unarmed civilians just on the other side of the boundary.
Okay, but that's not.
Would you cross the boundary?
That's not what happened here.
We don't know what happened here. We don't know why they were We don't know why they were doing the things they were doing. We don't know why they were trying to keep it hidden. We don't know the terms of the treaty or the situation.
This was premeditated deception going under the agreement that they made with another state.
Yeah, and we don't know why.
We know that
Like,
we were lied to.
This wasn't a panic situation. We don't have time to ask about it. They were there for how long? There was enough time if there was a legitimate need to contact them and negotiate an exception to the treaty or whatever the case may be.
We don't know why they were there. We don't know if they had enough time for that. We don't know how much time that would have taken.
Bullshit! Hey, guess what? I met someone last night and he...
That's what.
That was spectacular. I loved it so much.
And
Gibson's favorite thing.
Dang it!
and he does like he goes around and fixes stuff around the city and
He's
connects people
he's a
who need
fixer.
jobs done to people who need other jobs done and
He's not a mechanic. They're a fixer.
Mechanics are fixers.
I'm telling you.
They do technically fix things.
Yeah, they fix things.
Why am
And
I
I have
agreeing
their
with you?
number. And I have
Because
their
I'm
number.
right.
Anyways,
I have
Okay.
if we want to get in touch about maybe doing a couple odd jobs before we get our next assignment.
Like what kind of odd jobs?
I don't know. We'll find out.
they're
I mean, as long as it's not something bad or,
from what I understand,
bad.
From what I understand, if the concept of not having enough information to render judgment is foreign, the types of jobs that they want you to do might lean on the scale of uncomfortable for you.
Why? What kind of jobs?
You're spoiling it, and what are you doing?
I am being upfront and honest about the information that I have.
I'm sorry, what?
They're a fixer.
Right. You keep
So-
saying this word like
Okay.
it's supposed to
So
mean something ominous, and
so a
a
fixer.
fixer fixes things.
No,
Like if it's broke, they fix it.
a
about
fixer.
you,
Are you
Tom?
saying that they don't fix
Are you
broken?
A fixer solves problems.
Right.
Yes.
They are not necessarily always the sorts of problems that you can solve legally.
Just need a one-word answer.
They don't always play by the rules.
I'm mad
Okay.
at you as Suyata, if I'm being honest.
I mean, yeah, no, that like
No. We have authoritative privilege. We make some of the rules as we go along.
You also have the leeway to go outside of the rules that apply to everyone else.
Yes, which Nadi very much internalizes and pretends isn't the case.
this is why Zen doesn't want to go for a potentially morally gray job with someone and have Nadi halfway through it go, "Oh wait, hang on."
Wait, so I mean, but if it's something that's not that we can't do. We can just say we can't do it, right?
Jawasiki has started to respond to Akwani again by this point.
Like we can do. We don't have like we don't have to say okay, what job, and then all of a sudden, oh, you told me we have to go kill all the council, and you already said you'd take the job. Like that's not how it works, right?
It's an oddly
I'm
Because that would be
curious about some
stupid
sort of
and dumb,
That's maybe something you should ask them up front.
right?
I'm curious about some sort of business tonight. My group, the other Siata and my team are a maybe. Keep you updated.
Yeah. Weirdly, that's not inaccurate.
But yeah, no.
You get back a text that says, funny enough, I may have something that would be perfect for you.
Ooh.
If your team is along, even better.
I'm not against it because I like solving problems for people, regardless of what I have to do to solve them. But I just wanted to make sure that everyone was fully informed before agreeing to a thing.
Oh no, I'm fine with it.
I mean, yeah,
Not-
as long as we know what it is beforehand.
They're in.
This is gonna go so poorly.
Uh-huh.
I'm excited.
All right, meet me here when you got the time. And they drop a pin that is somewhere elsewhere in Chizib, but not far away.
Okay. Got a meeting place tonight?
Cool. What time?
We'll show that to the rest of the group.
No, and when you
Well,
got time is
coordinates.
like as soon as possible, like even during the day.
Okay.
Uh,
So now,
I mean,
If you got time.
ready? You all warmed up? You've all been practicing very early in the morning for no reason?
there's always reason to train.
No reason. Do you not work out to keep yourself in proper shape when
What a question.
No, she doesn't.
you say what question like it's a surprising question.
They're not.
Whatever, are we going?
I mean, anyone want to go over anything else before we do?
I mean, I was gonna suggest that we spend time together as a group, but this works.
Yeah.
I feel like a bunch of people that work that do our best when we have a task to do.
I just feel like it'd be good to get to know each other on a more
I
personal
agree with
level.
that.
That's the
Get
spirit
off
of
my
the
side right now. And that it would
What?
It's just like grab
It's like,
because
get
they're not
off
done
my
talking. Just
side.
grab Tawasiki by the shoulder before she gets too far.
Y'all spend a lot of time talking, is all I'm saying.
I know.
Like, go quicker if it could be non-verbal. Never mind.
Did you want to ask that question, Nadi, before we go off?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, that's a fair point. So, it has been expressed that maybe popping into your communicating the way that is natural for me is disconcerting.
The mind thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's so what would be better?
If it's an emergency, the mind is fine, but I'm gonna yell at you every time. I don't like that. I don't want people in my brain. No, thank you. Got
Okay.
enough in there.
Oh, I will counter by the fact that I don't like talking this way.
Fair.
That's how I just grew up communicating. It's natural to me.
I'll interject. I had made the suggestion that perhaps
Yes, sorry, yes,
There
yes,
could be
sorry.
notification signal sent via telepathy that you could then choose to accept or deny depending on your situation. Would that be an acceptable medium ground?
Yeah. Fine.
Okay,
It works.
okay. I can do that.
Would we like to agree on a notification sound now, rather than randomly decide?
Damn it, Sen! Stop ruining my chaos.
I am playing a character who has enough chaos in their life and tries to minimize it wherever they can.
I was so waiting for the notification sound to be, this is the notification sound. Please tell me whether you accept this message.
We don't have to go into detail. I assume we can just agree on a particular sound.
Yes.
Having to specify. All right.
Ding.
Now I think we are good to go.
Okay.
Let's go.
Lead the way.
On our way.
Excellent. Looking forward to meeting all of your friends.
I'm just as a method of entertaining, Zen is just following behind everyone else on the hoverboard, using the butt of his spear to propel himself.
I do have to say, I appreciate in our games traditionally, Sen has not played. You have not traditionally played the peacemaker role, and I enjoy seeing you have to do it.
Mediation.
I feel like I've seen you do it before, but I can't remember it.
Coltarn.
Coltarn a little bit, yeah.
Coltarn's
I'm
Coltarn's the only
thinking
other
of something
big
else.
one. Coltarn's the other. I'm sure I've done it before, but Coltarn's the only other big one that I can think of.
I think I'm thinking of like a Sunday night game or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Garrick.
Okay.
With our
Yes, Garrick was definitely one of those.
With
Which
our
one?
horde game, with our Warcraft horde game. Garrick the Orc, Garrick Cloudspeaker.
Oh yes.
That would be the other one.
Yeah. I think that is what I'm thinking.
It was very proto Coltarn, honestly, but this is getting into like character building stuff for anyway.
Right.
No, fair.
I will just say, it is a delightful like evolution of character. Not criticizing other characters, but I remember the first one that you and I played as PCs together was you deciding that my elf was useless from the first moment because she objected to having acid thrown in her general direction, and there was no going back from that moment.
Just make me completely ignore half of my spells.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. I don't remember the character's name, but I love that character.
Oh yeah, no,
but...
it was a like cleric of beauty, and my wizard.
Yeah. It was starts with an M. I don't remember.
Yeah, Mara. No, not Mara. Something else.
Anyway.
But yeah, no, it was. It's like I use acid vials to attack my enemies because I have them. Anyways,
But yeah. So anyway, the group of you make your way to the location that was designated on Tawasikik's Nisa.
Yep.
And it leads to a fairly like open spot in the market that is just kind of an offside section for people to sit down and have conversations. Basically, just like an open sitting area for people to rest in between business, essentially.
Mhm.
And sitting there having a conversation with a couple of individuals who are standing up to leave at the end of the conversation is Akwani Nosia Gasatiti.
Of note, before we actually get there, like on the way, almost there, I'll say, so really quick,
Mhm.
based on conversations that we had not too long ago, if based on what offer is made of what job this person has towards us, it might be useful to be able to talk without indications to this person.
Yeah.
yeah, go for it.
Okay. I won't do it now, but when it gets time. Progress.
Yeah, so the group of
Zin
you
is
arriving,
feeling
you
proud.
see, finishing up a conversation with a couple of people who are standing up to leave is Akwani Nosia Gasatsitsi, who, for the edification of everyone else, because I'm fairly certain, I don't know if I've fully described them previously, and if I have, it was a couple of weeks ago when Tawasiki first met them.
I think you gave us the image at one point.
Yeah, I gave the image into the Slack chat. Is a relatively like moderately tall individual, androgynous in appearance, wearing this dark skin suit underneath a more flamboyant and outgoing outfit. This like uh bright like a bright blue vest with white fur lining collar. Their hair is swooped left on one side and cut short on the opposite end of it with some long hanging drapes, a pair of feathers put into a band around their hair, around the that keeps the hair in place, and a second eye augmented reality visor over their face. Um uh and as the group of you approach, they sort of look up as the other two are leaving and sort of speak and sign at the same time, so that Tawasiki is also getting this greeting. Ah, hello. It's good to meet all of you as a group. Pleasure to meet all of you. I understand that you are Tawasikik's Koliso. My name, as in case it hasn't been given already, is Akwani Nosia Gasatsitsi. Feel free to use any or all of those as you like.
Pleasure to meet you. Zen.
Yeah.
You've probably heard of me.
Hi.
Just a bit. Is the hi the only answer given, no name provided? Yeah, cool.
That's naughty.
Pleasure to meet you. I understand that you might be in the market for a bit of work.
Yep.
Between tasks at the moment.
Maybe.
Well, as it so happens, a bit of a problem has been coming to my attention recently that could use the help of some upstanding Suyata looking to solve some issues that the council might not deign to take notice of. If you're
Why
up
would they
for
not
it.
take notice of it?
Because the elements involved are not typically people that the council cares to acknowledge the existence of.
How do you mean?
If you're up for it, I'd like you to stop some criminals from killing each other.
Do go on.
All right. How many of you have heard of the Kanikaha, the eels?
How many of us are of them?
Any of you who want to can roll skullduggery.
Okay. Do I have any of that? I don't think so. No, I don't. I'm gonna try
Can
it
we
anyway.
roll it if we don't have ranks in it?
Yeah, it just uses the worst of the two stats if you have no ranks
What's
in
our
it.
success number?
Okay.
8.
8, standard difficulty 8.
1 success.
Absolutely not.
You know what? I'll spend a mind point and make
I'm
that
going to
2, potentially 3 successes.
I'm gonna spend 2 mind to turn those both into 12s.
All right.
Hang on.
Roll
Hold
me 2
on.
more d12s.
Yep. Oh, that's only one
Okay,
more.
yeah, no. So, only 2
That would be
successes.
4, I think.
5. The
5.
one that actually succeeded the success number not only becomes a third success, it also becomes a critical event, a critical success.
Yeah, the 11 because yeah. So just 2 for me because I didn't succeed the critical roll.
Those of you that got 1 success, the Eels are a sort of known mercenary organization that occasionally indulges in criminal activity. Those of you that got 2, they are known for wearing high-tech masks that are shaped to resemble various animals. Despite the name the Eels, they're not always eel masks, but they do wear various animal masks to hide their true identities. With 5 successes and a critical success from Naughty, you've done research on potential criminal elements as part of your Seattle training. And
I was going to say, this is my Seattle thesis statement was on these people.
Yeah. The Kanikahag is a loose mercenary gang that doesn't have like a major hierarchy. This is mostly it's more of an association. In
Mercenary association.
For instance, in a more modern American sense, the Crips and Bloods gangs that exist across the states are not necessarily associated with each other, even if they bear the same name. In a very similar metric, the Eels are basically a banner name that a number of different groups of individual mercenaries and criminals tend to move under with a loose hierarchy that sort of vaguely seems to function. They have no like official group structure. The only constant that identifies a member of the Kanikahag is the masks, and that seems to be the only thing they really have in common.
Mm-hmm.
They primarily communicate through dark parts of the Daso just to try and take on any kind of unsavory work. Being an eel is almost it's almost like being a shadow runner. It's kind of a thing that you just associate yourself as and can only really prove yourself by experience.
Or
Okay.
an edge runner for people that are more familiar with Cyberpunk instead of Shadowrun.
So I feel like I probably at some point looked into them in terms of like trying to get answers about my family.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably where I know that stuff. So I just
Now it is based on doing that intense research. You do find that it is said that the Kanikahag do have a code. They don't interact with children. Whether any job around a child, they will refuse immediately.
Okay.
They don't kill anyone without first knowing who the person is and making their own informed decision about whether that person should be killed, and they always get paid up front. They never break a contract, and they will break any law. No one's been able to really verify those codes, and that code itself might just be a rumor that the eels are circulating. But it is known that sometimes when eels end up on opposite sides of the same job or in competition for the same goal, those conflicts usually end up with someone dead.
Nadia 100% assumes everybody just knows the same thing because this is the kind of thing you do when you become a Seattle. So it goes,
And who are they? Who are we trying to have them not kill?
Yeah, totally.
Each other.
So two different aspects of the same gang.
Yeah, that's normal.
A couple of different gangs of the eels have, from the whispers and rumors that I'm getting, been contracted by two different well-meaning factions in a way that is accidentally going to put them at each other's throats. Now, I won't bother trying to justify the existence of the eels to the Suyata. I will let you make your own decisions on the matter. But these two particular groups have done a lot of good for the community. They will usually assist in protecting or acquiring anything that is necessary, that is, and help find supplies that the council is too preoccupied with its own matters and its large families to really provide to the few places where the all-reaching and general well-distribution of supplies is not quite adequate. When occasional mechanical parts and machines fail, and the replacement parts are not readily printed and gathered from the Chize, the Kanika can usually be contracted to find the parts that are necessary and get them safe. And things of that matter. Protection from potential problems. These two gangs have done a decent amount of work to help keep some of the less popular parts of Cahokia more safe. The problem is two different, well, sometimes the Kanikaha get hired by families that have some clout, people that belong to tribes that have some renown and name. Usually it's a matter of prestige or something like a big score for a Kanika to get hired by one of the big tribes for something that they don't want the rest of the tribes or the city as a whole to know about.
Yeah, we know about that kind of stuff.
In this particular case, I don't know the specifics because these are Kanika contracts and they don't tend to share them. But some concerned third parties have indicated that one tribe might have contracted a group of Kanika to steal something secret and important from another tribe that has hired Kanika specifically to protect that something secret and important. That's going to end in bloodshed and might end in collateral damage. And quite frankly, both of those groups are too valuable to the community to be killing each other over some noble family's petty squabbles.
Has somebody told them that?
I'm sure a number of people have, but the Kanika don't go back on contracts.
Which means that the only way to really resolve this is either to convince one of the people that hired them to release the contract, solve their own problems without the use of mercenary force, or remove whatever the object of desire is from play entirely.
You read my mind.
Do we know what the object in play is?
Not at the moment, and I'm hoping that you, as as a squad of Siata that have already got at least some experience under your belt, might be able to find out and figure out the best way to deal with it.
Sure. Do you know who the families are? Or where this is supposed to go down?
That one I can give you. And give me 1 second while I pull up my list of important names.
Yes.
I will use this time to throw a glance Noddy's way to see if Noddy wants to
Yep.
connect everyone. In play.
Boop. Somebody gave me the signal. I consider that consent.
Remember, if you're
Abilities. There we
including
go.
me in the targets, then 2s are failures.
Yep. It's fine.
Good.
There you go.
I could accidentally include our quest giver and like 3 people randomly walking by.
Yeah.
As, but I'm not. Okay, so
I'm all for helping prevent Cahokian citizens from accidentally killing each other because of stupidity.
I don't know,
Curious
it's
what
just
the
what
thing is that they're trying to steal.
I definitely want to know that for sure. And when we go and confiscate it, problem solved.
If we can. It might not be something we have the ability to confiscate. But that requires apparently investigation on our part, so.
There we go. So the Monov family has a something that they're looking to get from the Nisop family. I don't know what it is. Rumors are that it's something that came from outside the Free Nation. Some people are talking about it like it's an object, but this level of secrecy, it could be anything. It could be a pet, it could be a person. I don't really know.
Sorry, a
but whatever-
person?
That's just a possibility. I don't know. I'm just not open. I'm not leaving anything up to chance. The identity of whatever it is they're keeping secret, they talk about it in very coded language.
Through the mental link, I came from outside the Free Nations.
Voluntarily, right?
No response.
Yes.
No, what
Anakin
was
meme.
it was no
Voluntarily,
response?
right?
No response from Zen, at least.
Okay, I got a yes. I'm accepting
Yes!
that answer. Okay, well,
But whatever it is, the Nisot family is very intent that it not be found or taken by anyone, which is why they've hired their own branch of the Kanikahag to protect it.
Do these names mean anything to us?
yeah.
You can go ahead and roll me. That will be knowledge in general, unless you if you
Yes.
have a specific knowledge that might apply to.
Might
family.
I suggest, at least for me at least, survival? Because being a Suyata, knowing who to not piss off is part of your survival skills.
Not quite.
Okay.
Only one.
I'm gonna try it.
One success. My current short-term goal is getting 1 rank in knowledge because I to
There we
build my
go.
knowledge pool.
Ooh, 3.
Naughty and Zin. Those are like relatively well known, but not like super famous family names.
They're not like council member
Uh,
families.
They're definitely not council families.
Okay, good.
Um.
Hey, they're a council family. I'll just let them go in and deal with each other. It's fine.
With
Wow.
3 successes
Sounds like
from
a self-fixing problem.
with 3 successes from Tawasikik, those families are not those families are not they're sort of like mid grounds. They're not like big family names, but they are part of larger tribes whose names I will not say for virtue of not wanting to step on any individual tribal identities, but they are part of some of the larger tribes within the Cahokian culture and environment. That they're part of it. They're a individual faction groups within a more important larger tribe.
Okay.
With 4 successes, including a critical success from Tala, while those families are not council families, the tribes that they are part of have members on the council.
Okay.
So they're not our bosses, but their family includes our bosses.
Though, to be fair, when it comes to the largest and most powerful tribes in Cahokia, that's not necessarily surprising.
Here's a question for Tala's knowledge. Are they from the same council family tribe, or different
No,
ones?
they are
Okay.
from the tribes of 2 different council members.
Okay.
Over the link, then. Wow. They're not big families, but that could blow up.
They come from the families of people on the council.
Oh, they're
The tribes of families of people. on
Sorry, the
council.
tribes.
So, I just want to make sure I understand the situation here. Families of people on the council
Mm-hmm.
are hiring competing elements of criminal gangs
Mm-hmm.
to kill each other over some secret item.
I don't think they're expecting them to kill each other. They really want their team to succeed.
Right. But for one team to succeed, the other team's going to die.
Yeah.
Unless they can think of a way to do it.
Kill
without
each
killing
other
anybody, but
over secret item, which is a situation that the council itself is not stepping in to deal with, as per the way this whole conversation with your
I feel like a Zin answer is, how do we know that they're
No, the Zen
aware of
no,
the
Zen,
national?
no, the Zen answer is yeah. They're probably just ignoring it.
There we go. See.
I don't know why they're ignoring
Anyway,
it. But
does this mean that you're good with maybe stealing the cool thing that they've got?
I'm pretty sure that's far against regulation.
Yeah,
No,
but I
we-
didn't
we,
ask about regulation, did I?
Our regulations do allow us to confiscate any item that we deem as being critical importance to the safety of the people of Cahokia.
I mean, he's not wrong on
The
that.
line
It's just-
between confiscate and steal.
The people that you're confiscating things from typically don't differentiate between confiscating and stealing. So
Would it be too much to suggest that we actually mention this to the proper people on the council, just so that everything is...
Yeah, we're in great standing with them.
We know that they know, and if they choose to still ignore it at that point,
Do you want to get the job next where we like have to clean out the algae tanks? Because I've done that.
I've done that. That isn't that just part of the training process? Because I did that a lot.
I didn't do that at all.
What?
I didn't do it either.
Never once.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There.
As we have now determined that punishment duty is cleaning the algae tanks.
Yeah.
And
Hey, someone's got to do
not
it, but you
just
know.
no change in like verbal, just leans forward and puts hands on the head.
I'm gonna pat you on the head.
Sure, let's steal the fucking. Let's steal something.
Step
Why
one,
not?
Step 1 is look into it. Step 2 is maybe steal it. Maybe not.
Can we at least call it confiscate?
Yes, confiscate.
Okay, we're confiscating.
Can we at least call it confiscate?
Yeah, we can look into it. Zen says out loud.
We're in.
All right.
Sounds good.
Well, I'm looking forward to working with all of you on this. It's a pleasure. And they hold out an arm for a clasp to seal a deal.
Yeah, I'll clasp.
Clasp forearms, the deal is made, and that is where we're going to end for the week.
Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.